Ever feel like you're stuck in the same spot, spinning your wheels, dreaming big but falling short? The truth is, your limits aren't physical, they're mental. And when you shift your mindset, you unlock a power that can break through anything holding you back. Success doesn't start with talent, it starts with how you think. These 6 powerful mindset shifts are the difference between staying stuck and rising up. If you're ready to crush excuses, drop the weight of fear, and finally tap into your unstoppable potential, this is your moment. Number 1, identity before outcome. If you want lasting change, don't start with what you want to achieve. Start with who you want to become. This is one of the most powerful mindset shifts you will ever make. Most people set goals based on the outcome. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to make 6 figures. I want to write a book. And there's nothing wrong with having goals. But here's the truth. Goals alone don't change your life. Identity does. Why? Because your behaviors are a reflection of your beliefs. If you don't see yourself as the kind of person who sticks to a workout, shows up on time, or finishes what you start, then even the best goals in the world won't help you. You'll always fall back to the level of your identity. That's why this shift matters so much. Think about it like this. If you're trying to quit smoking and someone offers you a cigarette and you say, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit," that's one mindset. But if instead you say, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker," that's a different identity entirely. One is behavior change, temporary. The other is identity change, transformational. So how do you build a new identity? You prove it to yourself with small wins. Every time you take an action, you cast a vote for the kind of person you want to become. Go to the gym, that's a vote for being someone who's healthy. Write 200 words, a vote for being a writer. Wake up early, a vote for being someone disciplined and intentional. You don't need massive victories to change your life. You need consistent evidence. It's not about faking it till you make it. It's about doing it until it feels real. Let's say your goal is to run a marathon. Don't just write it on your vision board and hope for motivation. Start by acting like a runner. Lace up your shoes 3 days a week, even if it's just for a walk. Track your runs. Fuel your body like an athlete would. Bit by bit, you begin to shift from someone who wants to run to someone who is a runner. This is how change sticks. This is how transformation happens. Because when your identity changes, your habits follow, and not the other way around. And here's the beautiful part. Identity is flexible. It's not fixed. It's not something you're born with. It's something you build. Brick by brick, action by action, day by day. You can decide today to be the type of person who follows through, the kind of person who doesn't quit, the kind of person who rises when things get hard. That shift from chasing goals to embodying identity is the bridge between short-term effort and long-term success. So here's your challenge. Don't just set goals. Ask yourself, who is the kind of person that would naturally achieve this? What would they do today? How would they act, think, and move through the world? Then go do that, even if it's just one small step, because every step confirms the identity, and the identity fuels the momentum. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You need to be aligned. When you become the kind of person who lives the way you want to live, everything changes. You're no longer forcing success. You're living it. Start today. Not with a goal, but with a choice. Choose your identity and let everything else follow. Number 2, progress over perfection. Perfection is a seductive lie. It whispers that everything has to be flawless before you can begin, that you need more time, more clarity, more confidence. But here's the truth. Perfection doesn't lead to progress. Progress leads to perfection. The people who get ahead in life aren't the ones who wait until everything is perfect. They're the ones who start when it's messy, move forward when it's unclear, and take action even when they're not sure they're ready. Because readiness is a myth. Clarity comes from movement, not before it. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the first step. Perfectionism isn't high standards. It's fear in disguise. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of not being enough. And the longer you wait to be perfect, the longer you stay stuck. You don't grow by planning, you grow by doing. Let's be honest, when you first try anything, you're going to be bad at it. That's not a problem, that's a requirement. Progress doesn't ask for brilliance. It asks for consistency. It asks you to show up, try again, fall, get back up, and keep moving forward. Look at anyone who's mastered their craft, a writer, an athlete, an entrepreneur. They all have one thing in common. They weren't great when they started. They simply kept going. They didn't let imperfection stop them. They made progress a habit. Because small progress, repeated over time, compounds into massive transformation. Let's say you want to get in shape. You don't need a perfect diet plan or a 90-day training program before you can begin. You need to go for one walk. You need to drink one glass of water. You need to stretch for 5 minutes. That's progress. And progress is what builds momentum. Momentum is what fuels motivation. Motivation is what keeps you going. Or maybe you want to start a business, write a book, launch a podcast. You don't need the perfect logo, tagline, or equipment. You need your first messy draft, your first ugly website, your first episode that nobody listens to. That's where greatness is born, in the imperfection. Because every time you take imperfect action, you're teaching yourself something crucial. I can do hard things even when it's not perfect. That belief is priceless. That mindset is unstoppable. The real danger isn't failure. The real danger is inaction, in trying to get everything just right before you move. Because while you're waiting to feel ready, someone else is making progress. While you're polishing the plan, they're building the business. While you're editing the sentence, they're writing the book. It's not the perfect who win, it's the persistent. So the next time you hear that voice in your head saying, it's not ready, or it's not good enough, or you're not good enough, I want you to respond with this: I don't need perfect, I just need progress. 1% better today, one step forward. One action that moves you closer to who you want to be. That's the game, not perfection, progress. Let go of flawless, embrace forward. Because when you commit to progress over perfection, you trade anxiety for momentum. You swap fear for power. You stop obsessing over the outcome and start building the process. That's how you grow. That's how you win. Not all at once, but one powerful, imperfect step at a time. Number 3. Obstacles are the path most people spend their lives trying to avoid problems. They see struggle as a sign to stop, discomfort as a reason to quit, and setbacks as proof that they're not cut out for success. But the truth is far more empowering. Obstacles are not in your way. They are the way. Think about it. Every person you admire, every success story you've ever heard, was shaped not by ease but by resistance. The champions, the creators, the change makers, none of them got there without pain, failure, frustration, and rejection. What set them apart wasn't that they avoided struggle, but that they used it. Obstacles are not the enemy. They're your personal training ground. They shape your grit, sharpen your focus, and build the resilience that greatness requires. The struggle is the work. The hardship is the teacher. And if you're willing to lean in instead of back away, you'll find that the thing that seems to be in your way is actually showing you the way. This mindset shift is everything. Most people ask, how can I make this easier? High performers ask, what can I learn from this? Where others see roadblocks, they see raw material. Where others quit, they adapt. And where others shrink, they rise. Let's take failure as an example. It's not just a possibility, it's a requirement if you're pushing your limits. You don't learn by avoiding mistakes. You learn by making them, analyzing them, and adjusting. You don't build confidence by staying safe. You build it by walking through fear and coming out stronger on the other side. The obstacle doesn't stop you, it reveals you, and it builds the version of you that your goals demand. Let me be clear, this doesn't mean you need to enjoy pain, but you do need to respect it. You need to see it as a signal, not that you're failing, but that you're growing. When it's hard, you're doing it right. When it's uncomfortable, you're on the edge of a breakthrough. It's like lifting weights. The moment it starts to burn, your muscles are breaking down, but that's exactly how they grow stronger. Without resistance, there's no transformation. The same applies to life. The tough conversations, the failed launches, the quiet days when you feel invisible. These aren't signs you're off course. They're signs you're becoming. The ancient Stoics said it best: the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. That's not philosophy, it's strategy. It's how you turn setbacks into stepping stones. It's how you take what was meant to break you and use it to build you. So the next time you hit a wall, don't curse it, climb it. Don't ask for a lighter load. Build a stronger back. Don't wait for it to get easier. Decide to get better. Because that hard thing in front of you, it's not a punishment, it's preparation. And if you choose to embrace it, you'll come out wiser, tougher, more focused, and more ready for whatever comes next. The obstacle is not the end of the road, it's the door to the next level. Walk through it. Number 4, ruthless focus beats random effort. If you try to chase 5 rabbits, you'll catch none. That's not just a proverb, it's a principle for life. Because in a world full of endless opportunities, information, and distractions, focus has become your superpower. The people who win in life aren't necessarily the most talented or the most connected. They're the ones who master ruthless focus. Let's get one thing straight. Effort alone is not enough. You can work 12-hour days, hustle non-stop, and grind yourself into burnout, and still make zero progress. Why? Because random effort leads to random results. But targeted, intentional, focused effort, that's what moves mountains. Focus isn't just about doing more, it's about doing less, but better. It's the discipline to say no to good opportunities, so you can say yes to the right one. It's the courage to stop juggling and start building one thing with full attention. When you spread yourself thin, your energy gets diluted. But when you lock in on a single mission, you become undeniable. Think about a magnifying glass. Hold it in the sun, and nothing happens unless you focus the light. Then you can start a fire. Your attention works the same way. When scattered, it's weak. When focused, it's powerful beyond measure. Now let's be real. Focus is hard, especially today. Notifications, messages, content, endless to-do lists. Everything is fighting for your attention. But here's the truth. Most people avoid. You don't lack time. You lack clarity. Clarity creates focus, and focus unlocks momentum. Start by getting clear on your one big thing. What's the mission? What's the goal that, if accomplished, would make everything else easier or irrelevant? Write it down. Build your schedule around it. Protect it like it matters, because it does. Every morning, ask yourself, what's the most important thing I can do today to move this forward? Then guard that block of time with your life. Turn off the noise. Shut the door. Silence the world. For 1 hour, give that task your full undivided attention. That 1 hour of deep work will beat 10 hours of shallow busyness every single time. You don't need to do everything. You need to do the essential thing. Ruthless focus means cutting the fluff, letting go of side projects, delaying the fun. It means choosing what matters most and pouring your energy into it, like your future depends on it, because it does. And when the results come, and they will, it won't be by accident. It'll be because you were intentional, focused, committed. While everyone else was busy doing 100 things halfway, you were doing one thing with excellence. Here's the deal. Focus is a multiplier. It takes whatever talent, time, or energy you already have, and it amplifies it. It turns average effort into extraordinary outcomes. But you've got to choose it. You've got to own it, because distraction is easy. Discipline is rare, but rare is where the breakthrough lives. So today, take a look at your life. Where are you spreading yourself too thin? What do you need to cut, cancel, or delegate so you can reclaim your focus? What's the one thing you know in your gut you've been avoiding? The thing that would change everything if you just gave it your full attention. Start there, double down, lock in, because when you move with ruthless focus, nothing can stop you. Number 5, discipline creates freedom. At first it sounds like a contradiction. How can discipline possibly create freedom? Freedom feels like doing whatever you want, whenever you want, right? Sleeping in, skipping the gym, eating what you crave, binge watching your favorite show. That feels free, until it doesn't. Because what starts as freedom slowly turns into a trap. You feel tired, unfocused, stuck, wasted time, broken promises, lost momentum. Here's the truth. Discipline is not the enemy of freedom. It's the foundation of it. You want financial freedom. You need the discipline to budget, save, invest, and say no to quick fixes. You want physical freedom. You need the discipline to train, eat clean, sleep well, and recover. You want time freedom. You need the discipline to plan, prioritize, and protect your hours. Everything you say you want in life, energy, confidence, creativity, peace, progress, it all flows through discipline. Because discipline creates structure, and structure creates results. Discipline is showing up on the days you don't feel like it. It's doing the boring work when no one's watching. It's choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. It's saying not now to the instant gratification, so you can say yes to the life you really want later. It's simple. The more disciplined you become, the more control you have over your time, your habits, your outcomes, and that control is freedom. Imagine this. You wake up on time, you move your body, you fuel it with purpose, you spend your hours with intention, you follow through on what you said you'd do. You don't need motivation, you have momentum. You don't wait for the perfect day, you create it. That's not restrictive, that's powerful. The world teaches us to chase motivation, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. Discipline is your anchor. It doesn't care how you feel. It's the voice that says, get up and do it anyway. And every time you listen to that voice, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's about alignment. Aligning your actions with your values. Aligning your habits with your vision. Aligning your daily choices with your long-term goals. You don't need to be extreme. You need to be consistent. Small disciplines, repeated daily, create massive results. Wake up on time, move your body, block distractions, make the call, do the reps, keep the promise. That's how you build trust with yourself. And when you trust yourself, you become unshakable. Remember this, the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret, that one lingers. When you sacrifice short-term comfort, you gain long-term peace. When you put in the work today, you buy your freedom for tomorrow. So here's your challenge. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting to feel inspired. Start building the discipline muscle today. Wake up early, finish the task, stick to the routine. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Because every disciplined action you take is a step closer to your vision. Every small choice compounds. Every sacrifice pays off. The life you want isn't out of reach. It's just on the other side of a little more structure, a little more focus, and a whole lot more consistency. Discipline creates freedom, period. Embrace it, master it, live it. Number 6, own the morning, win the day. Your morning is the steering wheel of your life. If you control the morning, you control the momentum. And if you control the momentum, you can shape your destiny.
destiny, one focused day at a time. Here's the harsh truth most people miss. How you start your day is often how your day goes. You roll out of bed late, scroll your phone, rush through the house, and leave with your mind already scattered. You're starting from a deficit. You're reacting, not leading. You've already given your power away, and the rest of the day follows that script. But what if instead, you started your day on purpose? What if you created a morning routine that was built to center your focus, sharpen your mindset, and fuel your energy? What if, before the world had a chance to distract you, you already won the first hour? That's the power of owning your morning. This isn't about waking up at 5 a.m. just for bragging rights. It's not about cold plunges or 30-step rituals. It's about intentionality. It's about reclaiming the first 60 minutes of your day as a sacred space to set the tone, build momentum, and become the person your goals require. Because here's the thing, your morning habits shape your identity. When you wake up early and train your body, you're telling yourself, I am disciplined. When you meditate or journal, you're saying, I am grounded and focused. When you plan your day, instead of winging it, you're becoming someone who leads, not reacts, and that identity carries over. That mindset sets a standard. When you start strong, you're far more likely to stay strong. Momentum compounds. Let's break this down practically. What does a powerful morning actually look like? It's simple. Start with movement. Get your body going. It activates energy, clarity, and confidence. You don't need a full workout, just something to signal, we're awake, we're moving, and we're intentional. Next, choose stillness, even for 5 minutes. Breathe, journal, meditate, reflect. This grounds your mind and helps you lead your day with intention rather than stress. Then fuel your body. Water, a nutritious meal, maybe a cold shower. And lastly, focus your mind. Review your goals. Look at your top 3 priorities. Set your plan. When you leave your house, or even walk into your home office, you're not wondering what to do. You know. And here's what happens when you do this consistently. Your morning becomes your anchor. Your identity becomes stronger. You stop being tossed around by urgency, emails, headlines, and chaos. You become a creator of your day, not a consumer of other people's demands. Will it be easy? No. Some mornings you'll feel tired. Some days you'll feel like hitting snooze. But the days you win are not the ones that feel perfect. They're the ones where you show up anyway. That's where the breakthrough lives, in the consistency, not the comfort. And don't forget, this is your morning. Make it yours. Whether it's 30 minutes or 2 hours, design a rhythm that energizes and empowers you. One that aligns with your goals, values, and identity. Because when you own your morning, you train your mind to lead, not follow. You begin each day from a place of strength. You build confidence. You build control. You build momentum that spills into every area of your life. The world will always try to steal your attention, but your mornings, those are yours to defend. And when you win the morning, you win the day. And when you stack enough days like that, you win the life.